1972 to 1995, US intelligence maintained programs of remote viewing. Under the guidance of Stanford Research Institute, the agencies involved included the Defense Intelligence Agency, the National Security Agency, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Joint Chiefs of Staff, all under the aegis of the CIA. The reason that US intelligence became involved in remote viewing was that they discovered that the USSR had a program already up and running. Now, the Soviet Union operated within a paradigm that was very strictly atheistic and materialistic. There was no room for spirituality, religion, supernatural. And so US intelligence knew that if Russia had this program going, it must be because it was yielding useful data, scientifically verifiable data, data that might give them a strategic advantage. And in the climate of the Cold War at that time, there was no way that the USA was going to allow the Soviet Union to have a strategic advantage over anything. And so if the Russians had a program of remote viewing, then the USA had to have one. And all of a sudden, US intelligence was in a game of remote viewing catch-up. Of course, all governments want to spy on their allies and enemies, and no government wants to be spied on. And so US intelligence began to fund a series of remote viewing programs under various names, including Project Stargate and the Scanning Initiative. Before long, some notable outcomes had been achieved. On April 28, 1973, Ingo Swann, a remote viewer in the program, performed a remote viewing of the planet Jupiter. He described and sketched rings around the planet, which no astronomer had ever seen or even postulated. 9 months later, the NASA probe Voyager arrived at Jupiter and successfully filmed the enormous rings orbiting the huge planet. The rings were exactly as Ingo Swann had reported from his remote viewing 9 months before the photographs arrived. The Fifth Kind. Click on the links in the description to watch the full video.